apologize. Apologize to my audience for not exposing this slimy rat fuck that I pretty much compare to Yuki from Tensura. If you know that character, I think you understand what's happening right now. And a lot of people are kind of shocked at like why I popped the fuck off in this video. Because genuinely, if you think about it, right? The video itself, he was not making direct insults. He was towing the line. And it must be shocking to people that is like brand new, people that aren't just Ellen Historian haters, and wondering, why are you doing this? Like, what the fuck even happened? In this video, I'm going to be going over an actual, just like a presentation, my experience with this guy over the last year or so, and how fucking disingenuous that I think he is based on a pattern of behavior that I have been looking at. Up until now, I was willing to just kind of let it go. Ignore all the little banter and whatever. Getting a little cheap clicks off my name. You know what? Plenty of people do that, right? Who does that? Recently, since she kind of made a video, right? Kind of just putting me on blast. Not really. This is a little funny drama video, and I think that like I understand where he's coming from. Do you understand? Like, Joe also sometimes just farms drama. Your boy Rock Lee, Neil Desai, there are other creators who have covered my drama content, whatever, but I understand the intent and where they're coming from, and I think it's very honest and straightforward. I have no problem with that. But what I have noticed over the last year or so of just like interacting with this guy is that he truly might be as slimy as people have been telling me. Before I even started like actually interacting with this guy, just farming random clips of Lord of Mysteries hype or whatever, people were DMing me, sending comments. There was so much like negative stuff happening within my videos telling me this guy fucking sucks or whatever. I want to find out for myself. I'm sure there's a lot of detractors, a lot of irrational haters that's going to be, you know, just like upset, and they see my video as a potential billboard to kind of say their hate. I want to find out for myself. And in this video, again, I'm going to go over cases of different points that I plot on the graph. Not just one outlier, but a pattern of behavior that I have been fucking seeing, and explain to you why I think this dude is the most fucking like disingenuous, dishonest, Reddit personified, pseudo-intellectual debate lord that will like frame you in the most dishonest way possible. And then the moment you call him out for being a fucking rat, what happens? He want to fucking cry, be a victim. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just making a fucking joke. No, I think you're smart enough to know what you're fucking doing, and that you're actually getting called out by somebody that's not willing to just fucking take it. Even this video, straight up, the title changed. Unfriended me over ReZero. Bro, this title before, a couple hours ago, said Kaka TV can't handle disagreements. That title is so already disingenuous. I wish I had a fucking screenshot of that fucking initial video title. I wish I did. He says that I can't handle disagreements. Yet in this video, right? In this fucking video, it's 2 hours of me crashing out about how this guy won't even engage in good faith conversation. There's no disagreement or agreements happening. It's him fucking making demons and shadowboxing off of, you know, and basically riding off the negativity and the hate from these fucking losers from the ReZero fandom, because he somehow has to be like the brand ambassador for their fucking fandom. And he thinks that he needs to pander towards their opinions because I dare place ReZero not like #1 anime of last season. I placed it #2 because I thought it was like a setup versus Wistoria that actually fucking popped the fuck off in what it was trying to do. It was the culmination and the climax of this underdog story versus Core 1 of ReZero Season 4, which is still building up towards that climax. I think this is a very reasonable take, especially if you understand the tiers of where I'm coming from. Not a single time did he even try to understand what I'm fucking doing. All he did was clip me fucking out of context, then try to just look at his chat and say, wow, why is he like that? Yeah, he's bad, right? Just parroting popular opinions, that's it. TLDR, it might get long, right? You never know. TLDR, there is a pattern of behavior, and this was the last straw that broke the back. I'm tired of just like acting as if this little rat fuck is somehow like my ally. Somebody that is just somehow, you know, like a good acquaintance to have. No, you're literally Yuki from Tensura. You are the guy that's just sitting back, looking at opportunities, not even respecting or honoring other people's professional relationships, After all that I've actually gone out and tried to support you and help you, get this shit fucking set up, help you with copyright issues, set up anime reaction advice, whatever. I'm not saying I made him, but like I'm willing to go out and actually fucking help out people because I think this is a great thing to have more reactors like show up here. And this is the way that you're gonna treat me. You're gonna actually try to drag my name in the most disingenuous way for a cheap couple of clicks. The sheer lack of respect and then acting as a victim. You think that I hurt your feelings? You're a grown fucking man, pussy. You can't handle the fire? Get the fuck out of the kitchen. You're the one instigating. I'm minding my own fucking business, putting my head down and just grinding. I never go out and actually instigate drama. I think most of the time, I straight up just stay in my own lane and I do my own thing. But it turns out, my opinions, for whatever fucking reason, reaches a lot of people. And they appreciate that and some people don't. And people like this, like, again, you can talk shit all you want. I don't even mind people talking shit about me. But it's the intent of that creator and the lack of honesty and then pretending to be a victim, genuine fucking rat behavior. So these are the 4 separate cases that, well, there's like a case 0. So first of all, I'm gonna immediately just handle some contradictions where a lot of people in the comment section were kind of confused by. First of all, I agree. The video that I reacted to was not hostile towards me. But this is clearly a way of setting up me to get just crucified by the ReZero fandom that he is literally marching a charge on. He is carefully wording his opinions, but also completely misrepresenting me, and then creating an opportunity to just shit on me. And then, because he didn't have any personal insults made at me, oh, why would you do that? You're so fucking mean. No. To you again, that has no context of the timeline, this might seem like a crazy, unreasonable thing. Nah, this is the last fucking thing that I need to see. I think I'm pretty good at determining character qualities. An instinct of like, are you a real person or not? This person, first of all, Nicholas Light drama and the hate comments. I'm not mad at him making a video and there being negative comments about me. Yeah, I think those monkeys are fucking annoying. But this is what happens as content creators. You will inevitably have spillover from people that just are haters. And they will brigade the comments and say nasty thing. But what do I always say, even when Nicholas Light came to me and said that? I care about how the creators are behind the scenes. Is there actually good, honest intent to get along? Between me and this guy, honestly, I think he's Yuki. I think he's a slimy rat fuck that's pretending to be in some sort of positive alignment with me while carefully creating opportunities to drag my fucking name to just cash in for just a little bit of fucking clout. I don't think like this type of drama farming also is even same as what I do when I cover controversies. If you've seen the way that I actually approach drama videos, I actually listen to the entire video, listen to the entire thing, and then do the due diligence to check something out. In the case of Nicholas Light and the One Punch Man drama, I do believe he deserves to get fucking crucified for that. That was a stupid ass fucking decision he did. And well, guess what? He even acknowledged the mistakes. He came to my DMs after all that and said, listen man, this isn't me. I'm just getting way too caught up in the negativity. I'm sorry and you're right. Genuinely, that's what happened because I'm trying to keep it real. What Ellen Historian does is not that. He creates scenarios and misrepresents your talking points because he's a clever guy. He tries to then snake his way and try to portray himself in the best way possible while then pretending to be the victim afterwards. I don't think that what I do and what I'm getting upset at is anything contradictory. Again, I don't care about the real hate comments. What I care about is the creators and their intent behind the scenes. Willingness to fabricate drama. Let's go back to where this all started. Lord of the Mysteries last summer. This is when I started farming his clips. And he appreciated the shout outs. I appreciate the free content. We got a good thing going on. We're glazing, we're having fun. Nicholas Light comes into the scene somehow. Nicholas Light is somehow the fucking Toji of this drama series, if you think about it. Bro's not even fucking part of this shit yet. He's somehow core important to the story of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, what the fuck is this? Nicholas Light starts crashing the fuck out. Your boy Roshi and stuff, right? They make like negative comments about you in Lord of the Mysteries that gets a lot of people fucking mad. I step in, cover the drama. That shit went pretty fucking platinum, right? If we look at the most popular videos, I think my most popular drama video, I think, right? Let's look at this. Yeah, right over here. Remember this 1 year ago? This is when Ellen Historian didn't even stream. He was simply a shorts merchant doing TikToks, and he caught wind of this long-form content anime drama. And I remember him watching my drama videos on stream. He might have a VOD channel if it's not deleted, but I directly remember him saying, man, I should do this shit too. Like, I should just like start streaming and just start like rage baiting and just making drama. Now, I think that's a hyperbole. I don't know exactly what he said, but there was clear positive intent to stir up drama and actually just making content of it because he thinks it's free viewership. He even talked about maybe I should just do politics instead. It's just infinite fucking free content. At that point, I truly have to wonder, do you even care about anything you say, or are you a fucking grifter that just sees an opportunity and you just want to say what's popular in order to drag the other side for fucking money? Again, this is really bad faith assumptions at that time. It's just something that I heard when listening to that live stream, and I didn't really take much note of it. Again, it's just one incident. And when you have a graph, right? When you have a graph, right? And you have one dot, does that fucking mean anything? No, it's an outlier. It doesn't really mean anything just yet. But what I'm noticing is a bunch of dots in the graphs. And what does that make? A line, a pattern of behavior that I think he's a fucking rat fuck. So let's keep going with it, all right? So again, I've just talked about his willingness. And if you look at his other type of content, listen, I like the drama too, but I don't instigate. I don't go out and just fucking say the most like volatile vitriol shit possible to drag fandoms. I think that sometimes my raw authentic opinions that goes against the popular narrative, such as like this season 4 is the greatest fiction of all time, like bullshit saying it somehow is like the best fucking like series of all time anime ever. I just don't agree with that. I think it's amazing to the point I put it like number fucking 2 of my list in last season, right? But because of that, a lot of people think that like I'm rage baiting and creating drama. No, I am staying in my own fucking lane and making my own videos. I don't try to bring in other fandoms and put them at war. If there's some shit, some crazy shit that happens and I cover it, yeah, I'm farming it. But how much do I actually go out and try to actually farm drama compared to like a lot of the other YouTube videos I make? In fact, if you like look at my like videos, genuinely, search by most popular, search by latest, people seem to think I'm some sort of like drama merchant. No, if you just keep scrolling, genuinely do a fucking ratio of how many times I do a drama video versus just anime content. I'm literally covering dog shit right now here, bro. I think that people have such an overblown exaggeration of who I am because they're fucking tourists, but they don't understand that like I just focus on anime. And if some people are gonna come into my fucking territory and call me out, then I'm gonna fucking respond. So now I've explained to you that the type of person Ellen Historian is and how opportunistic he is to just fucking drag shit for fucking views. Number 2, Anime Man, the Anime Man. Tourist drama. Christopher Columbus joke virtue signaling. Before we continue, I gotta say something. This is stupid high school drama. I'm very aware of how dumb this is. This is true grown fucking men arguing about fucking anime. Like, what are we doing? So bear with me. I understand how ridiculous and embarrassing this is. But again, I'm trying to convince you, my audience, of why this is happening. I have no like intentions of trying to get like an apology or like apologizing or getting some sort of amicable like resolution of this. I just want to be left alone. But I'm here to tell you, this is the last time I'm probably gonna even like engage with this guy. I'm just here to tell you the context of why I blew up like that. So, right over here. Do you remember this? Ellen Historian calls out the Anime Man for colonization jokes 9 months ago. So, a couple of months has passed after the Lord of the Mysteries, whatever. Ellen Historian is realizing, I want a drama farm. What happened? What was the context of this? So, this is so stupid. There's a group called the Anime Men, and they made a tier list of all the different animes across the decades. And it was such a LARP video. They were so disrespectful, barely even watching what's going on. And then just made the most shit fucking tier list that enraged the fandom, the overall anime community. Shit was garbage. They're tourists. What does the anime man then come in and say? He compared anime tourist to Christopher Columbus. In fact, it's over here. Who is Christopher Columbus? Christopher Columbus is a guy that basically made his way ignorant, to the Americas and started, doing all this fucking bullshit, oh, you're Indians, even though they're Native Americans, right? Like all that shit, the colonization, right? Anime Man is trying to make a joke, calling the anime men who are fucking tourists, comparing that to Christopher Columbus, and I think it was a pretty funny joke. For whatever reason, Ellen Historian gets so fucking upset and starts to drag the anime man over this, and I could not comprehend this. Like, why is he doing this? Because again, if you think about it, like I straight up made multiple fucking videos about this and explained to one-to-one. Listen, the people that we're condemning, we're calling them the colonizers. We think that the tourists, the LARPers coming in, pretending to treat anime like this, right? That they're Christopher Columbus. And he has an issue with that. Because of the nature of colonization, and all the like horrible acts that happen with like the locals. But here's the thing. I think this is a very simple one-to-one. And I brought Hitler to that example. So one-to-one right now is Christopher Columbus and Hitler. The colonized and the Jews. Do you see the system, the structure? When people make fun of others, mock them, and call them Hitler and Nazi or whatever, do you think that like Ellen Historian would immediately get fucking mad and upset and start saying, holy shit, you shouldn't say that? Why? We're literally making fun of the bad guy, Hitler. Or in this context, call it like Christopher colonization, right? Yet he has such an issue with it. And the only way that I could conclude this is this dude is making a joke at the expense of the colonizer, and you're upset about this because it's sensitive and talking about colonization. This is the height of virtue signaling and leftist mindset. Time to time, there will be statements or things mentioned that has a little bit of racial controversies or whatever involved. But instead of actually trying to think and contextualize exactly what happened, they immediately just get triggered. Just think, oh my God, white man colonizing natives bad joke, India, oh my God, I can't believe you would do this. And then he started to get fucking and then you start blasting others saying, no, you're a bigot, you're a nasty person, you should have never made that joke. It doesn't make sense to me. The joke is making fun of the bad guy here, Christopher Columbus. This is not at the expense of the people that were colonized. This is a ridiculous thing. If people, mock somebody for being, having like Nazi behavior, fascist, whatever, and is Hitler, do you really think that they're making fun of the Jews there? Disingenuous. So another example where this guy jumps the fucking gun off of what sounds kind of good. And then the amount of retractions is crazy. Dude was so insecure that he had to fucking show up to my stream and try to like get on call with me to clarify his name. And during that little fucking interview, it was the dumbest fucking conversation of going in circles to the point that he just said, we'll just agree to disagree. And I said, this is so fucking pathetic. Let's just leave this. It's not a big deal. Honestly, I don't really care. This is not like an important thing. It's just logically it didn't make any sense to me. And I thought that he was, again, just looking at an opportunity and dragging the fucking name. Again, another dot on the graph, right? Another issue where this guy just sees an opportunity to fucking farm drama when it doesn't even make sense and just dies on a fucking hill. What the hell? Okay, whatever, right? I get on call, I explain, and I decide it's not a big deal. Let's just get on with it. Moving forward, there's a little interlude. This is a tweet that is unavailable right now, right? Maybe this, we'll call this kind of like, point like at a little mini dot here, right? The Lolicon drama. We'll call it a 2.5. Lolicon drama, CSAM. Fast forward to the new year. Now we're in winter, and what's airing? Sentenced to be a Hero. And turns out there's a lolly with some scanted clothing. Censorship? What's going on? Oh my god. And I don't remember the exact details of everything, but basically there was this big issue happening where Ellen Nestorian was going on a fucking holy crusade against like people who appreciate lolicons, right? And people like Chibi, Espiritu, and many other anime Twitter people were basically just dog shitting on Ellen Nestorian as he's getting gangbanged from all fronts because he tried to say that he's basically trying to make the connection that like if you're into lollies then you're a pedophile, and then the whole argument somehow went to, hey man, so how do we like do a study? Should we like show CSAM, sexual abuse material, like AI real depictions of like actual like children, and then show it to like real people and see if they turn into pedophiles? Like I feel like the argument was going down that direction, and it was ridiculous. It was genuinely so ridiculous. And you know what I could have done at that point? In fact, if Ellen Nestorian was me and I was in his position, do you know what he would have done? Immediately jump on the hate wagon, drag his fucking name without trying to understand where it's coming from, and just get a couple cheap clicks. But I didn't. Do you know why? Because even if all I've explained so far, I still choose to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he has ill intent. Pedophilia is bad. It's not a hard take. He just is unable to separate fiction from reality, and he's dying on a hill. So he shows up, and I even try to give him advice, saying, you can't really win this fight, bro. I make a neutral stance. I hint and nudge. You don't have to die on this hill, bro. Just leave it. That's how I handle things. Because I think that at this point, I still have an amicable relationship with this guy. And I'm willing to turn a blind eye again and say, it is what it is. Let's just fucking move on. This is stupid. All right? 2.5. This one was crazy. So, I make a post asking about the nature of light novel sales. Where is ReZero? What happened to ReZero? I'm trying to understand why light novel sales for ReZero is not even top 10. Trying to gather opinions from others and challenging them about the nature of piracy, because again, the web novel is free. So the logic is because the web novel is free and it's an actual official canon draft pretty much, right? Like even though the anime is adapting of the light novel, people pretty much treat the web novel as like the holy grail. There's a culture around that. I don't want to hear which fucking which cult translations, because we're talking about JP sales right now from Oricon, right? And I made this post. Ellen Nestorian comes in and tries to like correct me, and explain what's going on. And okay, for sure, that's not a big problem. He's trying to inform me about the nature of the web novel, and I challenge that, asking about the nature of piracy and how prevalent piracy is, and that I think that even if there is a free source, real like actual hardcore fans will still purchase the light novel and support it, and the number shouldn't fall that much. Now it turns out the number actually didn't fall that much, and guess what I did? I made a video, Kaka TV ReZero light novel sales. I made an entire video defending ReZero's honor, thinking about the context of where the numbers are coming from. That was the entire point. Do you know what Ellen Nestorian does at that point? He fucking quote retweets my replies. Now, you're gonna say, what? Why is that an issue? And again, I have to say, this is fucking stupid. This is high school drama shit, but you need to understand. Have you ever seen people argue online? Actually, I'll just bring it up. Ellen Nestorian and Espiritu or Chibi or whatever. Before they block each other, what do? They just argue on Twitter, but all they do is quote retweet like this, right? Quote retweet instead of replying on the official post. Why does someone does that? Because when you're in a drama, when you're wanting to get your ideas presented rather than getting it buried, because you don't actually care about a real conversation, you care about the optics and the ratios and whatever, they just quote retweet each other's response over and over and over again. This is a very common Twitter drama behavior. Again, I know this sounds fucking stupid, but I'm telling you the context. He didn't have to put me on blast on his Twitter. He could have simply replied, amicably on the replies in this original post and we would have been done with it. He decides to quote retweet my stuff and blast me, and a bunch of fucking idiots start LARPing, and it's another opportunity dragging my name when he understands that like I have only good intent to actually try to figure out what's going on, to make a fucking video to honestly even defend this shit. So again, like, who does that? I think a snake would. And not only that, what happens after? This dude literally makes a fucking video about the light novel sales. I don't know where it is, but this dude literally goes out of his way. Like, I thought the quote retweet itself was like, that's honestly such a bad spirit. Like, why would you even do that? Like, if you really think that like we're that, he's still fucking farming anime, man, bro. Like, I just think that this behavior is actually rat shit thing to do. Not only does he quote retweet and try to like make me look bad in his own Twitter post, he then makes a fucking follow-up video off of that. And then for the next month, I have these retards coming into my comments, into my videos or whatever, saying, oh, you're the fucking hater. You're the guy that doesn't even understand what like light novels are, which is so ridiculous. And again, I choose to look away. I choose to still give the benefit of the doubt and just look away. Whatever, right? Again, he just farming content. Whatever, he might be misrepresenting my point or whatever, but he just want to do that shit again. Okay, here's some fucking views for you. I choose to look away. And then this fucker does this shit. And I don't think I have to really explain at that point, right? Exactly like what happened here on the last point. The most disingenuous fucking clip farming possible. Not even trying to understand where I'm coming from. Just jumps to the part where I'm ranting about my personal experiences with the fucking fandom. And then what? And then now he want to play the fucking victim because I'm fucking pissed off. I'm trying to explain to you all the different things that's happened. I don't just blow up on people out of thin fucking air. There are plenty of people that are talking shit about me, that are trying to farm drama off of me, and most of them, like, if it's like a triggered senpai, okay, whatever, right? You're a stupid fucking dumbass. You do whatever. At least I know that you're being honest with your hatred towards me. But like, the way that this guy just tries to fucking snake his way into my overall like orbit, tries to just constantly drag my name and seize opportunities to just drag my name. Again, do you really think a person that's on amicable terms would do such a thing in such a disingenuous way? He didn't even attempt to have an honest conversation. Disagreement? There is no even conversation happening. You're making up scenarios off of the fucking hatred for me from the fucking chat and the haters that are, again, how many of them were just fucking blocked or banned? It's a bunch of refugees going to this fucking dump shithole and then trying to fucking elicit a reaction off of me. And he's so fucking desperate for the clout, the attention, that he would actually sacrifice this like amicable relationship that we've been fostering to the point that I'm tired of it. Like, genuinely, if you've listened up to this point and really thought about all these different things, the point in the graph, what kind of person do you think he is? Do you really think that this is an innocent boy that was just making some jokes? Oh, I didn't mean it, bro. I think that he's too smart for this. I think he's a clever guy that is very determined to be like some sort of face of the anime community. I think he is so desperate to be like the fandom, the representation, the ambassador, even the way he talks about it. His own ambitions and greed straight up just matches again. Fucking Yuki, bro. That's why I think this is the perfect example. I think that he is such a perfect example of this character. A character that quietly sits back and pretends to be on like the side of me or whatever, but carefully just plans shit, looks at opportunities, engages in the most bad faith way possible, and then claims victim when I call that bullshit out. I think I'm totally justified in my crash out. In fact, again, my apology is I'm sorry for even entertaining this fucking retard for this long. I've had it with my good faith being abused by fucking content creators who are so fucking desperate for attention that they're willing to, again, just do this shit. Like, if this again was a random dude, I wouldn't care. You're a random monkey NPC number whatever, right? Trying to drag my name just for a little bit of attention. I don't care. But I expect more from you. I expected way more from someone like this that I've tried to foster an honest conversation, like an honest relationship with. I've even invited him into the fucking private React Discord server where we collaborate and talk and help each other about just content creation strategies, copyright drama, whatever. I've gone out of my way to try to make this fucking bridge and open people in. And what has he done? Fucking come straight in like a fucking illegal immigrant and then starts doing this disingenuous fucking drama slop using my name, invoking my name for cheap fucking clicks, and then you want to pretend like you're a fucking victim, bro? If there's one thing that I hate, it's just disingenuous, insincere people. I can tell, again, when people are being honest, when they have a straightforward approach. Even Nicholas Light, I can fucking tell when he has done wrong and is coming to me honestly. And we make resolutions, but this guy, no. This dude, again, is Reddit personified pseudo-intellectual debate lord that will use logical fallacy buzzwords, strawman that, a slippery slope that, thinking that this is somehow an ultimate fucking trump card that diminishes any fucking logical examples that I'm providing. Not a single ounce of even trying to understand from my POV, no good faith given, just simply, hey man, let's crucify him because I'm so desperate to be just glazed by the ReZero fandom as Mr. ReZero. Pathetic. Just embarrassing. I'm honestly disgusted that I even fucking farmed his content that much over the last year and even fucking thought that this dude could have been a real person. But guess what? All those other people telling me, commenting, get away from this guy. He's not worth it. You know what? I think I found out for myself. This is the last time I'm ever gonna mention this guy's name. I don't wanna talk about him. I don't wanna engage with them. I want nothing to do with this community. Leave me the fuck alone. Go away. Goodbye.